Ian Reifowitz is a professor in New York. He joins me now live from there. Ian, now that this sentencing of Michael Flynn has been postponed, what happens next?
Well, I think the interesting thing is, Special Counsel Mueller is going to continue to cooperate with Flynn. For whatever reason, the judge felt like he needed to give Mueller even more leverage over Flynn, which he now has. There's no question that Michael Flynn knows that if he doesn't not only satisfy Mueller, but doesn't satisfy this judge with his level of cooperation, that he's going to have a prison term. He might even have a prison term anyway. What this is about is what Michael Flynn is going to be able to tell Special Counsel Mueller, in addition to whatever else he's already told him. And clearly, the crimes that Flynn has not only pled guilty to, but is also pretty evident that he committed, suggests that he must be giving a lot in terms of information to the special counsel in order for the special counsel to recommend 0 jail time. That recommendation was out of the ordinary to the point where the judge really questioned it. That tells me that Michael Flynn has a lot to tell and has already told a lot to Special Counsel Mueller. That should make Donald Trump very scared.
Now, on the flip side, some Trump supporters said that they thought that U.S. District Judge Emmett Sullivan was too biased going into the sentencing. His words were too strong against Michael Flynn. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, Donald Trump's supporters have proven themselves, for the most part, to not be, let's say they're not judging the truth accurately. So I think their suggestions of bias should be taken for exactly what they are. Support for their president, support for the person who they believe and who they will, pretty much say anything to defend. I think we can all ask ourselves whether the judge, was fair or not, based on our own take on what happened. The fact that the judge had those things to say, it was surprising. But Michael Flynn did commit serious crimes. He did act as a foreign agent while, also being a part of the Trump campaign. He broke laws relating to foreign practices. The judge had some serious criticisms, and I think we have to take them seriously.
Michael Flynn is the first Trump administration official, former Trump administration official, to face sentencing in the probe into this alleged Russian meddling in 2016. Is this just another nail in the coffin for what will eventually lead to Donald Trump?
Look, we don't have enough information to say that yet. But this looks pretty bad. We have an administration with multiple guilty pleas. We have a special counsel who's investigating the Russia probe. We have New York State district attorneys who are investigating private criminal activities, perhaps at least, or investigating criminal activities by the president, by his family. We saw the Trump Foundation basically shut down yesterday after it was accused by the New York State Attorney General of acting essentially as a piggy bank for the Trump family. What we're seeing here, I think, is a person who never expected to become president and acted as such, and then stumbled into the presidency, and is now facing scrutiny that he never imagined would be that his activities would be placed under. I am concerned. I'm concerned for this country. This country is not built to have a president be accused of criminal activity and perhaps even be indicted and convicted of it. This is serious stuff. I hope that we get to the truth, because ultimately as a country, we need to get to the truth so that we can see what happened, and either way we can deal with it and put it behind us.
And it is such an interesting notion of what the truth means to whom in the United States. I mean, you mentioned again the charitable Trump Foundation being shut down with some outrageous claims of millions of dollars of money meant for U.S. veterans going to fund the Trump campaign in 2016. Again, why isn't this information reaching Trump's followers and making them think twice about their president?
Well, now you're getting into psychology, and I'm a history professor, not a psychology professor. But we know that there are people who have an emotional investment in a candidate because that candidate represents everything that they stand for. And they simply, there are all kinds of studies that I've read, even as a non-psychologist, that people tune out facts when those facts threaten their identity. And that's, I think, what we see here with Trump supporters. They're simply not willing to accept anything that challenges their view of the world. And their view of the world is built at this point, at least in 2018, around Donald Trump.
Ian, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. Ian Rafowitz, their history professor in New York. Thank you very much.